Welcome to the challenge. I think we have an intro, but we're not going to use it.
We're back now.
Okay, we're back. Perfect. Welcome to the challenge. Spies, Lies, and Allies episode. What number is this?
15.
15. I have to admit, I'm a little frazzled. I'm on the road. I'm in Atlanta. I'm filming a top secret project. I'm very excited. And holy moly, has today been a shit show. So I have Marriott internet, and so I attempted to watch the challenge by way of mtv.com typing in my provider password through DirecTV. And it began with you were watching an extended episode of the challenge on mtv.com, and after the episode, a final word from the eliminated agent. And I'm like, oh, wow, how cool is this? Right. And the first 10 minutes went all the way through, went to the first commercial break, one commercial, and I'm just like, this is fucking perfect. My life could be no greater than it is this very second. Oh, that all changed.
Oh, no.
Fast forward to, I think it took me 2.5 hours to watch this fucking episode.
Yeah, sounds like an MTV.com experience.
Oh my God. And then I made it all the way through, and it was halfway through the next time on the challenge. And I think I stopped counting at 11 fucking ads. So just to finish with Tori going, just apologize. And I'm like, ugh. Apologize to me. So after that, I decided to get a little shopping in while I'm in Atlanta. Took a lift to Peachtree. Everything went fine. Of course, I lost my fucking mask in between, in the fucking lift. Whatever. So I go shopping. I go to take a lift back. Do you like Sam Smith, Alex?
I haven't listened to Sam Smith in years.
Oh, well, my Lyft driver loves Sam Smith, plays it at high volume, and explained to me in between songs how Sam Smith is the greatest musician of all time.
Oh, wow.
And I can tell you after an hour-long lift to go 19 miles, that Sam Smith is not the greatest musician of all time, and I may, in fact, hate Sam Smith.
We've learned a lot today already, folks.
Oh, my God. So, with that being said, real quick, guys, best way to support the podcast is to become a patron. Try it at adfreensfw.com. Try it for 1 month. You're added to the secret Patreon group. It's a good collection of folks. And if you don't like it, I'll send your money back. No one is being held captive. So go to adfreensfw.com. Also, if you'd like to watch Survivor live with me, I'm going to be in Nashville December 1st. Get your tickets now at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com, and watch Survivor on the biggest indoor bar screen there is in America at the Doghouse Saloon. Go to survivortix.com. So, previously on the challenge, it's Rube in the Maverick jet. They were also Maverick. They were the Maverick.
Yeah, they were all the Mavericks.
Yes, they were all the Mavericks. And so now it's time to go back into the house. And we begin with Devin with a very monotone, yay, Amanda.
Yeah, the least enthusiastic he's been so far this season.
Very much so. And we learned from Amanda, you better learn to work with Amanda, because if you're not working with her, you're working against her. And if you're working against her, she's not going to do anything to make your life any easier in any way, shape, or form.
I think that's completely reasonable.
I think so too. I don't understand. Like, because I mean, we heard, on the previously on, a reminder of Devin's statements that Amanda's worthless. She brings nothing to the table. But for some reason, if you read between the lines, she's friends with these people and no one's saying anything nice about it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's very weird, especially with Devin this season. All these people that he's like outside friends with, he's talking a lot of shit on to their face. Yeah. And in their confessionals, like, I would never be caught dead calling one of my friends like, oh, they're a solid dishwasher.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, because like, Josh is his new friend, and that worked out well for him.
Right.
But at the same time, sorry, I'm sitting on my wallet, and I got a lot of cash here, Alex. So the per diem money, woo, that's good stuff, brother.
But yeah, it's like you don't forget what got you to the dance.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's very weird. I question Devin and Kyle's gameplay throughout this episode.
I fully believe Kyle's he's not the brightest person.
You think that's it? He's just not that smart?
Well, like, I feel he was. I guess we can get into it. But I feel it was somewhat him not listening all the way to Tori when Tori said where to go, and also him thinking, well, we're the ones who are supposed to win.
Yeah.
And if everyone's going there, it shouldn't hurt that I take a 1 from Sapphire.
Well, I think with Kyle and a plan and a daily, he just doesn't listen or care.
No, he's just like I'll do me.
I think he Charlie Browns whatever anyone's saying on every chat on every daily.
Right. He's such an interesting person though, because like I would never want to work with him on a daily, but he's great in elimination and he hasn't won, but he's been really good in finals when he gets there.
Yeah, I don't like Kyle is one of my absolute favorite challenge people ever. I mean, I love him. And watching this episode, I'm just like, are you a fool to work with Kyle?
I don't honestly, I don't think so. As long as you should know at this point what you're getting with Kyle.
But why is that a thing? I mean, like, I was worried for Devin because Devin,
I wasn't worried.
Going into the elimination, like Devin explained, he goes, it could be Nelson, he's explaining who it could be. And I'm just like, well, it could be you, dude, because this guy has shown he's unreliable as fuck.
For the most part, he very much like if he's good with you outside the show and in like combination of outside and inside show, he will do everything he can to not touch you. Like he will back his people when he's able to. It's just that when there's seasons where he has less of his like tight friends, he then gets the moniker to Snake because he's like sort of like self-preservation at that point. Yeah. But I agree with what he says. Like, see, every single other person in that house does what he does, but he's just the one who gets called out for it. Yeah. Like CT does it better, but Kyle also notices that CT does it. He's like, and he wins doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think it bothers Kyle that CT does similar things, but doesn't get caught. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, as I said, like just watching the show, not knowing, I mean, you watch the All-Stars, I know over half the cast, like I consider, a lot of them friends, but, I don't know a lot of these people on an individual basis. I know Josh and I know Casey, but Nani, like I met 10 years ago, but, I'm sitting here watching and I'm just like, man, I love Devin and Kyle. And I'm just like, am I an idiot to work? Like, would I, should I just subtract friendship because it seems like they do?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, personally, I feel like I would want to work with Kyle, but it would be because I very much know he's self-interested, and he like makes it known that he's self-interested. While a lot of these other people don't. Like, they try to, like, Devin's trying to say his whole pitch is, I treat everyone equally. I'm the reason why all of you are still here. Kyle isn't like that. But that means I can believe Kyle. I can't believe Devin when Devin says what he says.
Yeah, because it's not true.
Yeah, like I'm just seeing him and I'm like, all I'm seeing is giant mounds of shit coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. No, and I'm for I think
I'm for it also, but
yeah, I think socially Devin's playing a great game, but I mean it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, and some of the smoke and mirrors are starting to crack a little bit.
A little bit. So let's see. So we do have the Devin basically admits that the beef between him and Tori is just for the show. Yeah. So because it got pretty hot and heated last on Double Agents.
Right. Yeah, like in between seasons I saw like he visited her a lot. Like there was a lot of like on social media them doing stuff together.
Yeah. So just fake shit for the show. I mean, it's smart in that, you're both going to get airtime, and Tori is very good at getting whatever scraps of airtime that she can. And kudos. I mean, not a hater. Not a hater.
Both of them are good at it, honestly.
Well, I feel they give Devin enough that he doesn't have to do the
right.
pony tricks.
Yeah. But I think Devin knows what they're wanting out of him, so he just does it.
So looking at it through the television lens, it's a smart move of Devin to pick a fight with someone that's really not against him versus going after someone who could be volatile against and fuck his game.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's TV play, but I just hate that it's fake bullshit.
Oh yeah, but it's like we called that like almost immediately when we were seeing it, like by the next
last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like he basically admitted it on this. Oh
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't think you can go back to that.
They're best friends.
Yes. Yes. So then it's the line of Team M, or the Ruby Cell is a bunch of chefs, and now they have a dishwasher.
Yeah, a solid dishwasher.
A solid dishwasher.
Because I think they realized what they were saying, and they're like, "Oh, let's make sure it's the best version of a crappy thing as we can say."
Oh yeah. So
it's like, oh.
All right, so now it's time for the Team Ruby, or so the Ruby Cell, Ruby Cell group meeting, which these take place way too often. So, but and we got no club scene this week.
Yeah, we didn't get a club scene. I guess nothing productive came from it.
Yeah. So anyway, Tori's Team Ruby up one side and down the. She's got red outfit on. Oh, what red bandana? A red cape.
Yep, she's caping for them.
She's caping, and then she brings red fingernail polish so they can all have red thumbs to show unity.
Yeah.
If you're Team Ruby, Tori's a good get.
Oh yeah, and I don't think any of them are questioning that. Like Kyle just knows the poison that is being on Ruby. Doesn't matter who's on it.
Yeah.
It's like you'll learn. Yeah. It crushes you on the inside first.
Yeah.
And then the outside.
Soul first, and then it works its way out like a parasite.
Yeah. It either goes that way or you just concave into yourself like a dying star.
I feel like Team Ruby is COVID. No.
That's possible.
All right. just feels right. All right. So Amanda tells Josh the final is not about running, it's about checkpoints. And I disagree with that.
I partially disagree. Yeah.
The final is about fucking running.
I think in Amanda's mind, it's like you can run and get there, but if you can't do the checkpoint, then you're shit out of luck because the other teams are just going to get past you. Like if you're an average runner, but you're solid at all the stuff that you would find at the checkpoints, you have there's more cadence to that than just saying like, oh, it's only the checkpoints that matter.
Well, if you're running with CT, Ashley Millionaire Mitchell, or Jonny Fairplay, you're gonna get there fast, and you're gonna cruise through the checkpoints.
Right, like we saw the winners last season. Because Amber was a fast runner, CT was able to do the checkpoints easily, single-handedly, basically, and then they won.
Yeah. So I think it is about running, and it bothers me that running is not just a huge part of these people's pregame going into the show.
Well, it was a part
season after season.
Well, we do know it was a part of Josh's this past off season.
Yep.
He was like, I know I wasn't in the best shape, so I got myself in better shape. I'm putting the work in. I'm putting in the laps. I'm putting in the weight room. I'm doing the right things. And so even though we see Josh ultimately go this episode, I was actually sort of very happy watching Josh in this episode because it was showing his growth.
Oh yeah.
Just in between two seasons. I'm not even talking about his whole
reality show. Last season and this season is two different people. So, and a lot of things we talked about last season being his Achilles heels, I feel like he's addressed.
Right. Like they still come out every now and then, but it's not nearly to the degree that he was doing, even as far as last season in Double Agents.
Yeah, no, it's tempered. So I love it. So next we have Tori in the pool. Hell yeah. I'm for it. Next we see Emmanuel training and Josh training and CT training. And CT explains to the viewer at home, in case you haven't been paying attention, he's impressed with Josh, and everyone else should be.
It seems like that's CT's spot now in the beginning portion of the episode is someone's doing a workout and CT gets a confessional going, you know what? They underestimate this person.
Yeah. So that yeah, I feel like that's about it. So anyway, it's now time for the daily Boom Raiders.
Boom Raiders.
All right, explain this challenge without your notes.
Yeah. As people don't know, I lost all my notes halfway through the episode, so I didn't go back and redo it.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially each team has 10 sticks of dynamite through rounds, guys and then girls, guys and girls. You try to go and steal dynamite from one of the other two bunkers. Once you get 20, you hit your detonator. First to 20 and hits that detonator wins.
Yes, and the pathways to the
trenches
bunkers are trenches, which can which culminate in an intersection, which will result in a hall brawl type environment.
Yep. And we have Ruby's feeling very confident because all four of them, whether they've won or not, have experience in Hall Brawl, which is a very similar round. But all the other teams, they're not to sneeze at. You have a former tackle football player in Casey.
Yep.
Who she showed some of her skills today.
Holy moly.
And then you had the freight train that is CT. And you know what? Logan, as much as I don't care for Logan, he was putting up some big hits in there as well. Oh no. Johnny, are you frozen? Oh God. Well, hopefully Johnny's internet gets better, but yeah. So there's a lot of heavy hitters there, but we know there's a plan for Ruby and Sapphire to gang up on Emerald. And 1 second, guys. I just need to make sure Johnny comes back. Yeah, so the plan is Tori and CT discuss it, and they discuss with their teams that they're going to go for Emerald single-handedly, or with both teams, and Ruby will win, and then we'll start picking off people from Emerald. So far, at the beginning, it starts to go well. They're all doing that. It's going great. They're both attacking Emerald. Emerald realizes it's happening, but they're only going for, I believe they're only going for Ruby at the time. Then Kyle is coming in. Tori tells him, make sure you go for Emerald. He hears that and goes, oh, let me steal one from Sapphire. And that just dynamite. Boom. We now have a new issue here because Kyle did not listen. Kyle stole from Sapphire, and Logan and CT are fucking livid. And the fireworks go off. Like CT and Logan, you just hear them like, "Oh, it's that now! It's that now!" They start shouting at Kyle. Kyle's trying to apologize, even though whether or not he did intentionally, we don't know. I assume that he did do it intentionally. And then Emerald starts yelling in as well, and now it's Emerald and Sapphire ganging up on Ruby, and it ain't a good fun time. They're mad at Tori because Tori's going hard and hitting people, but Tori's just fighting for her own team to protect Kyle and Nelson because it's a guy's day. But it's pissing off Devin that Tori is trying because it's a guy's day, and wouldn't she want to protect her former 3 male competitors, even though they didn't really defend her in getting removed from Emerald by Amanda. So we get some chippiness in there. We get into the next round, though, and Kyle and Josh go at it with each other. They're scraping at each other. They're pushing into the walls. But really, during all that time, they're just letting CT and Logan get in and out, keep accumulating their lead as Sapphire's now quietly gained the lead and is very likely going to win. But Josh and Kyle are just heated at each other, and they just want to fight. So it makes sense why ultimately, when we get to that elimination, we see Kyle choose Josh, and they get to go head to head there. But ultimately, it goes back to the girls. Casey levels the shit out of Tori. And Casey's like, hey, Tori, I know that you're big and strong, but I was a football player, and I will attack you easily. And luckily, we got Johnny back.
I haven't used my phone because Marriott Wi-Fi sucks. So here we are.
Yeah, so I essentially went through all for most of the chippiness and the hitting. Yes. I got through Kyle making his stupid decision, Emerald and Sapphire going against Ruby. We see Josh versus Kyle in the trenches, and then we see I was just talking about Casey leveling the shit out of Tori.
Oh man, Casey killed Tori. So do you think Kyle did that on purpose?
So I was saying, like, while I was waiting for you to come back, we will never know for sure. I think it was somewhat on purpose, but you truly never know with Kyle.
Okay, say it's on purpose. What's the end game?
The end game is the agreement that Sapphire and Ruby had ultimately was they would work together for Ruby to win.
Yeah.
So I feel in Kyle's mind, they were getting a lead, and at that point, they're like, it shouldn't matter that I take one round and take one from Sapphire to just ensure that Ruby is the one that's ahead. So I think that's ultimately what I'm going to give him credit for. Am I giving him too much credit? Maybe, probably. Yeah. But I think that could have been the mindset.
I think you're probably right. And I have no problem with that. I just have a problem with him not explaining that.
Well, I think at the time, and you have your adrenaline rushing and you're just like, you're running, you're sprinting everywhere. You can't really think about that, and at that point, you're just like, it was just an accident. It was just an accident. Let's move forward. It was an accident. Didn't mean it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So Sapphire wins, and we get the dismantling music of Team Rube or Cell Rube with the song by the Kaiser Chiefs, Ruby, 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 Ruby.
Yeah, and you just hear Nelson just go, Ruby's dead.
Yes.
We're done. Yeah. But everyone's leaving this thinking automatically that because Kyle was the one that initiated all the chaos, Kyle's going to be the obvious choice to go in.
Yes. So, and all the people that Devin needed to count on at the end, it's showing that it's a smart thing that he changed allies this season.
Or at least aren't essentially tied to them, because Kyle could have joined Emerald at some point, but he didn't either time. But so now we have some lingering issues here that we're going to go into after we hit this ad break, but really we're seeing Devin questioning all these people who aren't on his team anymore, but wondering, why aren't you doing everything in your power to protect me?
Yes, to help my game. And I love it.
You're selfish because I want to be selfish. You can't be.
Fair enough.
But yes, so let's hear a word from a couple of our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Ho, 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 gentlemen! The holidays have come early here at Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand. Manscaped just launched new products, including their ultra-new, ultra-premium body wash and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's time to give yourself or someone who needs it the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com and use promo code SURVIVOR for 20% off and free shipping.
Jingle balls to the walls. Fellas, listen up. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past, and it's possible you have Santa's beard in your pants. Could be Matt Bischoff's. It's time to leave your significant other some cookies and milk at the bottom of your chimney. I am talking about Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Oh, now, I had a lot of sex when I got back from my last appearance. I literally had sex 8 times in 12 hours. And, I did some damage down there, fellas. I did some serious damage. I had to call my doctor. There was swelling. There was everything else. It was bad. But you know what wasn't bad? My balls, because I shaved them with Manscaped. Oh, there was the lighting at the top of the tree, but the bottom of the tree looked perfect.
Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to reduce cuts on your nuts. It's also waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. It's like a gift to your partner with less mess. The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant, moisturizer, and toner. It's time to keep your North Pole feeling and smelling fresh.
This hygiene bundle will also come with a pair of Manscaped anti-chafing boxers. God bless it. I needed and used that this week. I promise you. The perfect package for your perfect package. Manscaped is going beyond the groin with their new ultra premium body wash. It's infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized.
They also just launched their new 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which has key ingredients with benefits that include hydrating, nourishing, conditioning the scalp, and strengthening your hair at the same time. 'Tis the season to load up on Manscaped products. So get yourself, your dad, your brother, your friends, your neighbor, the best gift of all, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Reality NSFW listeners get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Every guy out there needs to add Manscaped to their wish list this holiday season.
This is Santa Claus talking to you once again. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use promo code SURVIVOR. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year.
We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness. But they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Johnny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
And we're back.
Oh, so while we were gone, my hotel Wi-Fi worked throughout the commercial break, and then seconds before we went back live, of course, it went to shit again. Marriott Wi-Fi. Oh, do I hate you? I hate you as much as Sam Smith.
Oh, that's big hate there.
That's big. I mean, every second of it.
Would you do a hall brawl against this Wi-Fi?
I would do a hall brawl against this Wi-Fi. I don't know how big is Sam Smith?
I don't know.
I would look it up, but like I have no fucking internet on my fucking laptop. I'm just happy my fucking notes work.
Thank God for that. But we are now back from the challenge, and Devin's deciding this is a good opportunity to gaslight Tori a good bit.
Yes. And I don't get that. Tori didn't want to leave. She reluctantly left the Emerald Cell, and she's not Ruby by choice. However, no one. I mean, I would think no one would ask her to sacrifice her own game and not try. Just think about the tongue lashing she would receive from TJ if she didn't try. So
well, imagine the tongue lashing she would get from Nelson.
Yeah, I mean, so no, I mean, I feel like Tori was in a tough spot, and I think I like Tori the most I've ever liked her in the history of the challenge this episode, because I felt bad for her.
Right. And like throwing the best friend shit in her face as well. I was like, damn, like, dude, do you not you're looking at this completely only from your own perspective, but calling everyone else selfish. I'm like, come on, man. I love Devin, but dude, I agree. I'm Team Kyle on Devin's being a little bit sensitive this season.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yes. So, let's see. Tori cries to Kyle after this not to choose Devin. He's like, I'm not choosing Devin.
He's like, I wouldn't have picked him anyway, but like, yeah. So, yeah, but it's like, and that just shows like Devin's claiming friends, but not acting friendly to them.
Yeah.
Whereas Tori, well, after getting berated by him, goes to the person who's gonna go into elimination, be like, please do not put him down. We are friends. I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, huge points up for Tori in my book. So I'll give her a pass next time she does something cheesy for production that I that I will not be a fan of, which I'm sure is coming up.
But I've been more fan of her ever since she was like, once she's by herself and she doesn't have that like game anchor on her because of a shoulder injury this time. She's able to be a good player. It's just that I feel like when she's around certain people that she's very comfortable with, it becomes less about the game, and she gets more sloppy because of that.
Yeah, I'm all for a sloppy Tori, but that's a
well,
totally
not the good type. Not different. That's a different type of sloppy you're talking about.
My bad. All right, so CT tells Kyle that he's not coming after him, and Kyle chooses just to dig his own grave and not understand a word. Is there? I'm guessing that every word that CT chose to use in this discussion, that there's a English slang for it in the UK, and so Kyle misread the entire combo.
I feel like he just got triggered by the sense of like, I feel like when Kyle was saying like we're friends, I don't think he was talking like in the game. He just meant like personally we are friends. I think CT took it in a game sense, and then once CT questioned it, I think it did hurt Kyle. So then Kyle's just like, okay, I'm just gonna start fighting then.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like there was a lot that was lost in translation there for no reason. So, 'cause I love the idea of Kyle and CT together.
Like in theory, like especially if it is group final. I don't think it is, but if it was, Kyle and CT as a pairing in a final, very good.
Love it.
Like they're like CT came in first last season. Like Kyle always ends up coming in like second or third. And so he's nothing to sneeze at when if he gets to the end. So two really above average people on the same team, match made in heaven.
And Emmy doing the grunt work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's briefly talk about Emmy being like a little Terminator this episode. Like only person going for her group, so she just has to keep running back and forth up and down this stretch. She's like, hey, she's doing her job.
I love it. I love it. So we then learned that Kyle don't want no Emmanuel smoke.
Emmanuel will drink his blood. Everyone is scared of Emmanuel. He
is a vampire.
He is a vampire. You know what? I would be fearful of that. But a lot of my diet, at least on dinner, involves garlic. So I feel pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So Devin throws out all the possibilities Kyle can make, doesn't mention himself, which works out okay. So it's time for deliberation. Kyle uses scare tactics in deliberation, and I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with it. I don't understand CT going, oh, I will take that bluff. I'm like, this isn't a bluff. We've seen Kyle do this already. Yeah. He said, if you put me in, I will pick one of you, and then I will take one of your spots.
Oh, yeah. And when we had the conversation with CT and Kyle, you know, they're underneath the steps and everyone's listening. And I think CT eventually recognizes that people are listening. So then he decides to talk loud so that he doesn't trap himself. So
and then
Kyle admit that he wants Emmanuel 70% and Josh 30%. And Josh is like, I think he's lying. And I'm just like, I don't think he's lying.
And like, even if you think he's lying, there's a 25 or once Kyle's picked, there's a 25% chance you're the one getting picked. Like, are we gonna have to do some Steiner math here, Johnny?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Steiner math.
Well, if you have a 25% chance, I got a 50% chance of beating any one of you. But if you're 30% to my 25% turns into 85%, I got a 132% chance of beating you.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, basically the same
Steiner math in the next day of my life.
If only. but like I also love that Logan keeps trying to insert himself as if like Kyle's just removing you from the board, Logan. Like it has nothing to do with you. You are just a body to him. Yeah. You have his spot, and Logan keeps thinking he's this wolf. I'm like, dude, stop saying you're a wolf. You said it 6 times this episode. Yeah. What is it with all these people and saying they're a wolf?
Yeah, I was I felt like production was feeding everyone the wolf analogy, and I was so over it by like the second reference.
I honestly feel like maybe CT said it once and Logan overheard it. He's like, "Oh, that's good.
That's good shit.
That's good shit. I have to plug that in. You got to plug that shit in."
So, but no, I mean, but like Kyle was honest in that 70% Emmanuel. Like, if that challenges anything else, he's picking Emmanuel. And then he's just like, ooh, this looks like some fucking agility shit. I've seen Emmanuel. He's fucking agile as fuck. So I'm choosing Josh.
Right. But like,
so it wasn't like I knew he was lying. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, no, right. Like that.
Yeah.
If that's a hall brawl, guess what? He's going against Emmanuel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even though a part of me still thinks he maybe just picks Josh out of spite.
Maybe, but I feel like.
Kyle's an opportunist.
If it was strictly physical, he's picking Emmanuel because he's the smallest of the bunch.
Yeah. Okay. So just because I say wrestling wise, is he Edge?
Is who Edge?
Kyle.
The opportunistic Edge.
Yeah, like that. Like whenever they make it a point, like, oh, it's the ultimate opportunist. Kyle does whatever is best for himself.
Like I feel like Edge and Randy Orton are like the same person, but Randy Orton's smarter. So,
right.
And he might not be. So Randy Orton likes to play this game where he like if you're sitting in the locker room, he places his dick on your shoulder.
I've heard about that story.
That's great. I don't know how great it is in 2021, but
I think
a lot of laughs in the 90s.
Yeah. The 90s was a crazy time.
Yes, they were so different.
Yeah, but so we have the Kyle side, but we also hear from everyone else like saying why they shouldn't be picked, and like they're all just saying like Nelson's like cool with whatever at this point. He's like, I would prefer not to be it, but like I'm prepared. We get all the Emerald guys just saying like, oh, I helped you, and then Devin just has the audacity to go, I feel I helped everyone, and I would not only be upset if HQ picked me, I would be livid if I get called out by whoever gets picked by HQ, because I feel I'm the reason why everyone is here.
Every single person.
And everyone is just looking at like, dude.
Yeah. So what can you please explain to me all the times that he saved Emmy?
Well, it was even Amanda going like, when did you help me? When did you help your best friend Kyle, who's about to get attacked here?
Yeah.
Like, how did you help Tori? Because you just said that Tori was tricked by me when I just picked her.
He tricked Kyle into being Team Ruby to start with.
Right. And it's just like, I also love Amanda just going like, oh, I didn't realize you became the challenge god. Like, and I'm just thinking to myself, I saw it on Twitter the other day, and it made me, or this morning, I thought it was funny. They were saying Devin has now suddenly has the ego of both Wes and Johnny Bananas without the wins.
Oh, well, it happens.
I mean, like, when you're in such a good spot and you feel like you're dominating the game, like he thinks he's playing the perfect game, and suddenly the tiniest bit of stuff goes against you, you still are going to have that holier than thou attitude about it.
So here's my thing on Devin. All right, so the compromised agent is Kyle. Okay.
Right.
And so then we see the montage of everyone training like crazy for this. You know, you have Nelson with the ropes and making the angry face, and everyone. It's just balls to the wall. And there's Devin with a 20-pound dumbbell behind his head.
Yeah.
Like stretching for the so he can have the proper hold on an unlit cigarette minutes later. an unlit broken cigarette.
Well, I mean, like it's easy to see, like when you look at everyone there, like Devin probably put the least amount of work, just like physical wise. Like he's still in good shape, but it's like he's not Nelson.
But I don't understand why. I mean, like I get it. The complacency kicks in, and you're just like, I'm not fucking them. I don't want. I hate seeing someone at a gym like staring at a mirror, fucking grunting. Like I'm just like, oh, just jump off a bridge. Like I loathe that person. So I get it. But at the same time, like this is these motherfuckers' jobs. So once it becomes your job, then part of you has to sell your soul and go to the fucking gym and fucking yell at yourself in front of the mirror.
Right. I think Devin.
I mean, congrats on staying true to himself. But
right, and like it's you also see it with the people who don't work out as much. It's because they're like, well, I'm not going down there because my social game, my strategic game will prevent me from ever having to do anything.
It's final. You need to fucking run.
And he's like, I can run.
In spite of what Amanda says.
But she's a solid dishwasher, though.
A solid dishwasher at most. All right.
Yeah, but Devin's the chef.
Yeah. So they go into the lair, and Josh is the pick, and he knew it. He knew.
But then goes to the confession like, there was a part of me that thought he wouldn't pick me.
Yeah.
I'm like, Josh. I put in the notes that are now non-existent. I was like, Josh, there's literally no reason for you to be upset about this. Like, you and Kyle went at it. Like, you should have just. It doesn't matter what Kyle said. You heard 30%. You might as well have heard, I'm putting him in.
Well, he said he said he wasn't going to put me in. No,
he never said
there's
that.
a 30% chance. 30% counts. He didn't
when you
say
say
even if it was a 1% chance. Like if he had told CT, he goes, I'm 99% Emmanuel, I'm 1% Josh. There's 1%.
Right. Like
so
he never said 100% it is always going to be Emmanuel. He said probably ain't definitely.
Yeah. So, but
and you
no,
know what? Even if he said
like,
definitely,
if someone tells me there's a 30% chance, it's like, hey, guess what? It's probably, close to a 1 in fucking 3 chance of going in. So when I'm called in, it's just like, oh my God, you lied to me. It's just like, no, you didn't.
yeah. But according to a very fitting elimination name and topic,
Yes.
for Kyle, I guess this episode, burning bridges.
Yes, Kyle's kind of challenge.
Yeah, Kyle's kind of challenge. So essentially, you're just building a bridge. You have 16 boards you have to put in, but in order to put a board on, you have to take a leap of faith and hit about once I thought we were gonna get more of a bit out of that, but I guess because they're on a zip line and restrainer, he's not as scared about it. But take a leap of faith.
Hates leaps of faith.
He hates heights. He hates everything.
Well,
He's
scared
of
everything. Leaps of faith more than heights.
Yeah, but so
just
you have
the
to
pure concept of a leap of faith. He's not.
At a minimum, you have to take 16 leaps of faith. Hit a bell. You have to hit the bell. Once you hit the bell, you go down. You bring up a board, bring it back up, and you hit a lever at the other end that burns the other person's bridge. I like that though. Like finally making a good use of fire.
Yeah,
in your elimination,
not an unnecessary use of fire.
Well, at first they only showed the explosions. I'm like, that was the fire. Where's the burning of the bridge? And then the fire came for the bridge. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I would have done a little more clever editing with that.
Right.
Yeah.
But what Nani mentions, and the viewers can see too, Josh is usually so frantic, so like, and his like big emotional self, so he gets in his own head. This one, you could see he was in the zone. Like, he was ready to compete. He was serious. He was ready. It just didn't work out for him.
Who are you rooting for?
I was rooting for Kyle.
Yeah.
The Josh story is fine for it's, we're getting that slow build. It's long-term storytelling. Yeah, we're eventually going to get the day.
Storytelling too. I've met Josh, and we did a charity event in Cincinnati. Ridiculous. I mean, the first thing he says to me is, "You probably hate me." And I was like, no,
dude,
watch Big Brother. He goes, "Oh, you would have." And I was like, okay. I was like, well, you seem nice. He's like, I am nice, and we hung out all weekend. I'm just like, this dude's cool as fuck.
Yeah, but I was going through Twitter, and I think overall, the reaction to Josh this season, outside the Fessy of it all, and whatever this Ashley Josh issue was, overall extremely positive from
180 from last season.
Yeah, it's like people have not liked Josh. Like, they didn't like him on Big Brother. They didn't like him when he was put onto the challenge. They didn't like him on any of the seasons of the challenge that he was on. This is the first season where I've watched him on a reality show, and people, I think, see more of what you saw in real life of him, and just seeing more the person of him, but the person mixed with becoming a better game player. So I'm enjoying the arc that we're seeing in the challenge with Josh, and I do believe at some point he will make a final. Does he win one? Hard to say, but
I'm here. I'm here for a Josh final win.
Like, you can easily see that, as much as a lot of fans didn't like Josh, you see the reactions that he gets from the castmates. Like, they all love him.
Yeah. So
he's doing something right.
Yeah. So Devin's not cheering. He doesn't want to show his hand.
Smartest move he's made this episode.
Yes. Everyone else is cheering for Josh. Everyone. And Kyle says there's people at home. There's no one here shouting my name, but there's people at home shouting my name. And Kyle, I just want to raise my hand and let you know that I was one of them.
I was too.
Hey, it's us two, his baby mama.
Yep, and the unborn child at the time. And it's sad because I like both Josh and Kyle. So it was hard to pick which one, but I felt for the story of this season, it made sense for me to root for Kyle because I knew what he was going to do. And it creates more drama. Josh winning doesn't create that much drama.
I miss Josh as a bad guy because, who were our bad guys? I mean, the only people that I hated this season were Ed and Logan.
Well, Logan's still here.
I know.
Yeah, so you can still hate him.
Well, I do, but
ultimately, I feel like CT's the villain.
See, I mean,
but they don't put him on.
Smart enough just to shut the fuck up.
Right.
It's not good TV though.
Well, like, I guess you could also make an argument that people are trying to show Devin as a villain because of how he's treating his quote unquote friends.
Yeah.
And
well,
like
but
letting the power
I
get
like
to his
him,
head.
so that's hard to.
It's just very interesting because like Devin decides to pair up with Josh this season. And it almost is like they took each other's qualities.
Yeah.
Josh was able to get more laid back, make his connections, get a lot more savvier with his social politic game, and Devin's become more emotional.
Yeah, weird. So they would make a great couple.
Let's put them on The Amazing Race.
Oh, there we go. All right, so Kyle wins.
Kyle wins.
Gives the middle finger to someone.
I think it was meant to say that he was pointing it at the Sapphire cell.
Okay.
But it could have been to Josh. It could have been to everyone. It could have been to TJ. Who knows?
Who knows? They did not show.
Maybe he heard Darrell and he's like, I'm in support of Darrell. So
yeah, he was not. They were not directional in the showing of the finger. So, but
it was hilarious nonetheless with that shit-eating grin of his.
Oh yeah. No, I was back 100% Team Kyle after that. I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm here for you.
Yeah,
I was rooting for him throughout. I was sad about Josh, and I'm like, okay, I'm back.
You're like, oh, Josh goes out. Oh, Kyle's hilarious.
Yes. So and Devin is sad. And how great is Kyle once again? Logan, get off my team now.
Not even looking. He's just like, you took my spot. Leave it.
Oh, that is so great. And as a result of watching one episode for 2.5 hours through shitty fucking Wi-Fi at the Marriott, here's the final words that you didn't get from Josh. He's disappointed, but Kyle is a different breed.
A different breed.
That's
all?
Yep. It was fucking nothing.
You know what? I do wish we didn't see Josh cry at the end. I wanted him to show that he was fully strong now. It'd be like, I'm becoming a man. But it was, you know what? It was fine. It was just a single tear.
Yes.
Single tear coming down.
Single tear's okay. It's like when the Native Americans saw the litter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm for it.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like, end of the day, I'm not upset seeing the emotion from him though, because it shows that he cares.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are the type of characters you want. Like people who care to be there. They're like, I need to be here. I have a purpose, and he hasn't realized it yet.
Yeah. I mean, like watching someone get eliminated and then like their post-elimination confessional is like, this is a lot of fun. I'm like, all right, go fuck yourself.
I'm like, you don't plan to come back.
Yeah, don't let that person come back.
Right.
Yeah. So
well, speaking of people not coming back, so reports are now out there that at least for the next season, Corey and Big T are currently just not going to be on the next season. They are taking a break.
Yes. So Corey is citing he just wants to be a dad. Like, he's missing some big stuff now, and it's true, being a dad, like I know that sweet spot of when you do miss stuff, and he's right in it. So so I get that. Big T, wig shopping? It's time consuming.
So Big T, I read it was a mix of she's trying to get into culinary school, and she's gonna be, if she does get in, it starts in January. Okay. Which I think will be close to when they would be setting out for season 38 filming. And as well, she's saying at this point, after seeing like myself, if I come back, I want to give myself time to get in better athletic shape.
Okay.
And you know what? I respect that.
Yeah, I'm for it. Did you see the Leroy Instagram?
So I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched enough of it because I watched it live. I saw what that happened, and I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it, but you know what? I'm a big Leroy supporter. I know you are too. Hell of a man on the show and off the show. Yeah. I feel for him for what he had to deal with, because it's something that we don't realize, like in our position. Like, we don't have to deal with what he said. Like, Leroy has to put the straight face. Like, he has to be the bigger person at all times. Whereas, like, if someone says something like that to me, I could blow up. I could get upset. But no one would be like, oh, that's scary. Or, or could be removed because it'd be scary. Whereas Leroy would be in a position where if he raised his voice, he could have gotten removed.
Yeah,
Or
a pretty
reacted.
shitty situation. So I mean, like, I feel like a lot of time has passed since then, and I feel like there's different protocols, but like it doesn't matter.
Well, I still don't think they realize it because they put out a post today about like what they're doing, and I know like Sarah Rice, who you've talked with, she was like posting like reacting to it, going like, you guys still don't get the picture. Like there's so much you need to actively do to help with what Leroy's talking about. And I think it'll be a long journey, but I hope that MTV listens to these people and makes the proper adjustments.
Yeah, I think a big thing is that they're, I don't know what MTV said that they're gonna do going forward. Black producers would make a big difference. So I mean, like you have so many reality shows with white producers attempting to tell the story of a black person. It's just like you got no clue,
right? It's like people always talk about, oh, you need to have a diversified cast, and that's important. But you need diversified everything from top to bottom. You need diversification, or else it doesn't matter if you have a very plentiful cast if everyone isn't. If they don't see someone who looks like them.
If they don't know how to tell that story, they can't tell that story. Number one, they can't think about the things that people like them can think about. Like there's so much I mean, I don't know a reality show that I've done that I haven't seen pretty much an all white crew.
Right.
So it's just like you can't tell there's no way you can tell that story. You can't guess their story.
Right. It's the Leroy story though. It just hurts more because of what happened after, and it's just like they didn't boot Camilla. Camilla ends up winning, and then she's not blackballed from the challenge until she does the spinoff and attacks a producer.
Yeah.
Like once it affected them, then it was an issue.
Yeah.
But, like you should be also understanding the mental health and the sanity of your cast. They're the ones that are making your money.
So, well, I hope Leroy's message made it to everyone that it needed to, and hopefully there's some change for it. So,
and I also hope
he's just an awesome dude.
Yeah, and I hope that he continues to make this a platform. I think he's a great spokesperson for it, and I also hope that maybe we see him in the future on Paramount Plus on the All Stars seasons, which we cover on Mondays at 4:30.
I'd like to see Leroy as a producer.
Even that, like, I know he has his dream job, like he wanted to do the barbershop and all that, but like if he wanted to even be a consultant, like be someone who like they bring into the room to be like, hey, how should we maneuver these situations if they were to come up? I feel like he's a valuable resource.
Absolutely. So there we go. All right. So with that, we will be back on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So just if you're watching this now, click the subscribe button, the alert button, all those fun things. Once again, best way to support the podcast, become a patron at adfreensfw.com. And also get yourself a t-shirt at johnnyfairplay.com and join me live in Nashville. Watch Survivor with me. You can DVR the challenge. Trust me, it works. Unless you're on location in Atlanta, and then none of that shit works.
Yeah, just don't watch in a Marriott.
Yeah, so come join me in Nashville at Doghouse Saloon. Get your tickets right now at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. VIP will go first, I assure you.
Well, before that, Johnny, do you want to maybe mention this?
Oh, I am the dude from Netflix. There you go.
Yeah. So if also go on Netflix if you want to see. Yeah, you may blink and you miss it, but Johnny is on Netflix. If you want to go watch the current Survivor seasons that they uploaded, Survivor Micronesia and Survivor David vs. Goliath, and we had Davey Rickenbacker on last night to cover the last episode of Survivor. He's on David vs. Goliath, and both great seasons. Check it out. Survivor Party or Survivor Netflix Party. Yes. Follow the hashtag. Let's get that trending.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah. And maybe some final words from a sponsor.
Good night, everyone.
Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually tastes great, and it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even in the gym.
I am so happy that Lucy is sponsoring us. Ever since they came on board, I have gotten no less than 5 of my friends transitioned over to Lucy and put their cigarettes down. They like the gum. I'm used to seeing the packages all around. This stuff is great, and it's really helping people make much healthier choices. So get on board and join the Lucy movement.
Hey, it's 2021. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple that you don't even have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down.
Reality NSFW listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR to get 20% off all products, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code SURVIVOR.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer-lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR